Meta wants its Llama AI in Britain's public healthcare system. OpenAI will pay DotDash Meredith to license its content. And Uber's new XXL rides will have extra room for your big-ass suitcase. It's Wednesday, November 20th, and this is Engadget News. Meta is making a pitch to get its artificial intelligence into the UK's public health system. The Guardian reported on Tuesday that the company held a hackathon in Europe, tasking over 200 developers to use its Llama AI to improve the country's health services. The company awarded funds for developing AI that shortens wait times in Britain's A&E rooms. That's the equivalent to ERs in the U.S. The UK's AI minister told The Guardian that the government can adopt AI, such as Meta's open-source model, to support key missions. Earlier this month, Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg gave the green light for Llama to work with the U.S. government. Bloomberg reported on the same day that the company was also working with governments and contractors in Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and, as we can see movement toward now, the UK. Given that Britain's use of the open-source AI model would not provide a direct or immediate financial pipeline back to the company, The Guardian asked Meta's president of global affairs, Nick Clegg, what was in it for Meta. Clegg responded, "It's in the long run and directly in our interest to see this ecosystem of Llama-based innovation because it then makes it much easier for us to reincorporate innovations that are out there into our own products." Mark Zuckerberg said in August that Llama was approaching 350 million downloads, which he credited to the AI model's open-source nature. Clegg sounded dismissive, perhaps mockingly so, of fears surrounding AI infiltrating governments when he said, "Who knows, maybe AI will start developing a mind of its own and will start wanting to turn us into paperclips by next Tuesday. But I think that right now the technology is way more primitive than a lot of the fears suggest." Now, to be fair to critics, right now is less of a concern than later. UK's AI minister told The Guardian that the government would not shy away from the significant risk AI represents. Instead, it would make sure that any regulation introduced is proportionate, supports innovation, and does not place undue burden on business. OpenAI is paying the digital media company DotDash Meredith at least $16 million per year to license its content. That's according to public financial documents reviewed by Adweek. Now, we already knew about this burgeoning partnership, but didn't have a financial figure. Now we do. The actual payout could rise above $16 million per year, as it only reflects the fixed component of the payment. The variable component will be calculated in the future. DotDash Meredith will license its content for OpenAI to train ChatGPT, but the publisher will also use the AI company's models to boost its in-house ad targeting tool. As part of this arrangement, ChatGPT will display content and links attributed to the various publications under the DotDash Meredith umbrella. These publications include stuff you likely already read, like Food and Wine, InStyle, Better Homes and Gardens, LifeWire, and Investopedia, among others. DotDash Meredith also owns and publishes the eco-conscious site TreeHugger, and we all know how great AI is for the environment. On the plus side, at least OpenAI is paying some companies to use content now. The entity has been sued by everyone from the New York Times to comedians like Sarah Silverman, all accusing it of using content without permission or any kind of payout. DotDash Meredith is just the latest publisher to offer its content to AI companies to help create our glorious shared future, in which nobody makes anything except pithy messages on social media sites. The Financial Times entered into a similar arrangement with OpenAI. Book publisher HarperCollins is also getting in on the act. Uber is rolling out some new features for the holiday travel season. On Wednesday, it announced a new super-duper sized option with extra trunk space for airport travel. In addition, there will be a third shuttle route for NYC travelers. Uber XXL is the company's new extra spacious ride-share option. These airport-only rides offer more trunk space and plenty of comfortable seating for you and your group. Uber says pricing for the new jumbo-sized service will fall somewhere between Uber XL and Uber Black. Upfront pricing will be available in the app. The service is launching at 40 airports in the U.S. and Canada, including New York's Kennedy, LaGuardia, and Newark. Other participating Uber XXL airports include, among others, LAX, San Francisco, Reagan National, O'Hare, Dallas-Fort Worth, Miami, and Atlanta. It will be available at over 60 airports globally. Holiday travelers will also have new ways to save a few bucks on their trips this year. UberX Share is launching at 8 U.S. airports and 2 international ones. The service lets you book a trip with just one other airport traveler to save up to 25% compared to UberX fares. The company says the cheaper rates will apply even if you are not matched with a random stranger. UberX Share for flights will launch at Austin, Denver, Newark, Dallas, Miami, New Orleans, and Phoenix airports. Uber Reserve, the company's schedule-ahead feature, is adding flight capture, which lets you enter your flight info and schedule your trip around it. The app will recommend the best time to leave and ask if you want to adjust your drop-off if your flight is delayed. In addition, Uber Reserve will now give you the option of adding multiple stops when setting up your ride. After launching in New York City last month, Uber Shuttle has added an extra stop to and from LaGuardia. The $18 shuttle service, which lets you save some money on its preset routes, will now include a third stop at the World Trade Center site. It joins the previous 2 shuttle pickup and drop-off points, Midtown Manhattan, which stops at Port Authority Terminal and Grand Central, and Penn Station. Finally, the Uber app for iPhone has added a widget that could shave a few seconds off the time it takes to schedule a pickup. The iOS app has a new home screen widget that lets you request a ride in as little as 2 taps. You can check the App Store for the update. The company added a ride-tracking live activities feature last year. Thanks for listening. There's more to these stories and additional articles at Engadget.com. This episode featured journalism from Will Shanklin and Lawrence Bonk and was voiced and produced from the sound studios of Spoken Layer by me, Steve White. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back tomorrow with more tech news from Engadget.